This time I have a reason to pout. I had already started all this talk and the earpiece wasn't working. I have to start from scratch. So here we go again. Welcome back, everybody. Good to see you again. Today we're gonna make a cassava pone, P-O-N-E, cassava pone. Something I tried in Guyana. It's like a type of dessert. Looks almost like a cake or a brownie made with, it doesn't look like a brownie, but it's that kind of thing. Any case, what we need for that is cassava first. Cassava is a root vegetable, kind of long and barky on the outside. Inside it's milky and very firm and white like this, and it breaks up easily. So I have about 3 pounds of cassava here that I've already peeled and shredded in my food processor. Usually what they do is they shred it by hand. I have a food processor, so I did that very quickly, much faster. And that's what it looks like. And you have to cook this cassava. You can't eat it raw because it has some toxins in it. So once you cook it, it's just fine. And by the way, this is what they made casserep with. And cassava bread, if you're from the area, you know what that is. Also, I have 2 cups of sweetened coconut flakes. I have 3 cups of pumpkin. This is a fresh pumpkin that I've partly frozen and then again processed in the machine after peeling and cleaning the seeds inside here. Now this is what they don't use, not a normal pone. This is what I'm doing. I have some dried fruits, some raisins, cherries, all kinds of dried fruits that are soaking in a fantastic dark rum. These have been soaking for about 5-6 days now, and that's what happens to them. And the rum has become almost like syrup. I have some raw sugar. Again, this authentic raw sugar that was imported from Guyana. Demerara sugar, the real thing. You can see what it looks like. You can see the difference, like larger cubes here. It's very, very good. Some evaporated milk. I have 2 cans of evaporated milks to the 3 pounds of cassava, processed cassava or shredded. I have about a very nice large teaspoon of ginger, about a teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm gonna use some nutmeg, some black pepper, and this is cardamom seeds here. I'm gonna show you what they look like before. So I'm just gonna, I took the skin out, and we have the seeds here, and we're gonna pound all of that together in my stone here, and of course some butter and some salt. So this I kept it aside just to show you what it looks like before I use this for my soup also. It's very, very versatile vegetable, very good. So what I'm gonna do is I have my cassava here. I'm gonna add all my ingredients. Sweetened coconut is very easy. Mind you, okay, I'll say it's very easy. I've never made this before. In fact, I've never seen it done either. I've never heard how it's done. I just tasted it and I said, oh my God, I love this. I have to try this, especially when I saw that fresh cassava at the store. So here we go. I believe it's very easy. Let's give it a try and see what happens. So I'm gonna add my pumpkin. And of course, I'm gonna start with, I have 3 cups of the raw sugar here. I'm gonna start with 2 cups and then I'll see if it needs more. Yeah, it's a little 2 1/4 about. Mix that in. Gonna mix that in. And I forgot to mention, I have some butter, and also I'm gonna add some of my homemade vanilla. This is pure vanilla extract that I make right here. You don't need to use that. Regular vanilla, any vanilla you have will be fine, just to get that vanilla flavor. But I am using the one I make here. You can see the video for that, by the way. And the cassava looks firm and everything, but it has a lot of liquid in it. So, and that's what they make the casserep with. So they shred it like this. Indian villages around the Amazon there in the Caribbeans. And then they have a special device that they squeeze the cassava until all the juice comes out. And then they boil the juice and it gets dark and thick after a few hours. And that's what kasrip is. And kasrip is used to make pepper pot. And you can see the video for our pepper pot as well. See, I'm just advertising our videos here. I'm gonna add my fruits and rum. Oh, that's fantastic. And of course, I'm gonna mix this up a lot. Make sure it's well stirred, everything's well incorporated and well mixed. Okay, that's enough. Maybe a little more. Why not? It's good stuff. Put that aside. And here I have about 1/3 of a pound of butter. That's unsalted butter. I'm gonna put that in there. It's soft enough. It's gonna take me a few minutes to incorporate all of that, but eventually it'll work out. Yeah, it's soft enough. So I'll just have to work it properly. There you go. I'm gonna add a pinch of salt. Not much. And my cinnamon and ginger. And now these spices, I'm gonna take these cardamom pods from here so I don't pound them by accident. And I don't need this large nutmeg. Half is fine here. So this is going into my stone. And then I'm gonna pound that. And I'll see you in a minute. So all my cassava, coconut, sugar, rum and dried fruit, and it's all mixed in with my butter. Now these other spices, black pepper, cardamom seeds, and nutmeg are all pounded very well, as you can see here. I'm gonna dump those in. There we go. And because of the liquid I added, I think I'm only gonna need 1 can of the evaporated milk because I added more than a cup of dried fruit sitting in rum, and the vanilla and the cassava has a lot of milk in it. So I believe I can see there's a lot of liquid in there. And we only ended up using 2 1/4 cups of sugar. I didn't need to add the other cup. So that's good. I'm gonna stir that in. And here I have my baking pan that I'm gonna bake it in. My wife brushed it with butter. And I'm gonna line it with parchment paper just in the bottom. Just a precautionary thing. Just a precautionary thing. There, that's enough. See that? Perfect. And I'm gonna mix this very well. It'll take me a couple of minutes. My oven is preheating at 375. Maybe I'll lower it to 360, and then I'm gonna bake this in the oven for about, could be up to 2 hours until it's well done. You'll see it turns nice and brown. Not dark brown like fudge or brownies, but almost like caramel color. It's very pretty color and it's very delicious, and the aroma is gonna fill the house. And this is a fantastic holiday treat for Christmas, for any holiday. It really is a beautiful, tasty treat. So I'm just gonna make sure all my spices are mixed in. Gonna put it all in my baking pan and put it in the oven. There we go. Give me a minute there, just for a minute, and I'll dump it in the pan. That's a lot of pone. That's gonna be a lot. Usually I don't think they make this much, but I couldn't resist buying all that cassava. And this will last a couple of weeks anyway. It's not gonna be bad. So I'm gonna attempt to lift this heavy bowl here and put it in here and spread it out nicely. And success. Now I'm very sure, as I said, I'm very sure this is gonna turn out fantastic. just because of what I know of cooking and baking, although I've never done it before, I've never seen it made. And I'm confident it will be fantastic, wonderful, tasty. It will work out just fine. I want to flatten it nice, like so. Now this can't be on too high heat, so I'm guessing 360 for a couple of hours. It has to be nice, low, and very slow. And once it's done, we'll take it out of the oven. We'll come and check on it halfway and see how it's doing. And I want it nice and flat. Nice and flat. There. In a couple of hours, all those liquids are going to be evaporated. It's just going to look fantastic. It's going to taste delicious. There. Time to put it in the oven. See you in a couple of hours. Well, it's been exactly 2 hours. 1 hour and 55 minutes. So I've come halfway through and I turned it around a little bit, but there it is. Look at that. This is our cassava pone. It looks fantastic. You should smell it. It smells out of this world delicious. Now, I'm not supposed to touch it yet until it cools off. But guess what? You know me. I can't resist. So I just need to take a little piece out. Oh, that is so amazing. The consistency of that inside. It's wonderful. Wonderful. Now the first piece, the first slice is not going to come out like perfectly, obviously, because it is still warm. I'm going to squish, but I just have to see it. Of course, the second piece will be easier because it's still hot. Look at this. And of course, when it cools off, it's going to be nice and firm. And that, my friends, I'm not going to play with that too much. I'm trying to fix it up, make it look good. But you can imagine when that is cold and it's nice and stiff, and this is the consistency of perfect. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, nice and gooey. Absolutely wonderful. Now let's see the taste. That's what counts. Again, I'm supposed to wait till it cools off, but I can't. See what this looks like inside? And imagine when that stiffens up, it's going to be stiff and it's going to still look like that, but nice and stiff. And that's exactly what a pone is supposed to look like. Let me see. Out of this world delicious. This is worth it. Was not a big effort either. It was easy to make, a little bit of work, and a lot of reward. See that? Look. Perfect cassava pone. So I'm going to take one more bite. It is fantastic. I'm gonna let this cool off, and in the morning I'm gonna slice it nice, beautiful square slices, and probably give a couple of slices away. Some for my mother-in-law and my sister-in-laws, maybe a couple of slices for my mom and dad as well. I'm even gonna let my wife taste it, and yeah, give this a try. It's delicious. Please do like, subscribe, and share our videos. And stay safe, stay healthy, and don't get involved in politics. Get involved in cooking. It's worth it and it's delicious. Until next time, bye for now.